Oh, that's what let's see. All right. Hey everybody. Forgive me for the technical difficulties that I had earlier. Um I actually hosted a podcast for 30 minutes, and as I was doing the live stream, I had myself on mute throughout the entire time. So I had over 40 people watching me on mute. Oh man, it's not a great way to start this off, man. But it's gonna be just an open conversation. I actually invited a special guest to join me, and we're just gonna have a casual conversation around this particular topic. Waiting for him to join on, and we'll start. So, anyways, I guess I can just go ahead and start. I actually was part of a live stream 2 hours ago about the haters hating on the Passport Bros movement. And one thing I never been a part of any particular movement. I don't think what I'm trying to do is part of a movement, but I think it's somewhat it is. Um, but it seems like as black men, we're constantly being microscoped in how we move and how we conduct ourselves. One thing I noticed that whenever you watch the news, read any publications or any reports around black men, there's always seem to be um, a negative outlook in how black men are viewed. And I really want to just start that process of actually changing that. And I think by creating, Black Man Travels, granted there are a variety of different other similar platforms as mine's, I really want to focus on encouraging and motivating brothers to actually get their passport and also to go out there and see the world. I mean, granted, a lot of us did not come from affluent backgrounds where we were traveling when we were kids. So now that we are somewhat in the working class, middle class, or upper class, we have the means to travel. And I think, a lot of guys are ignorant to the fact that there's so much to do and see outside of our city or outside of our state and country. And one of the things I want to do is really get brothers to start seeing what's out there and change this false narrative and how black men travel. Because right now it seems like whenever a black man's going overseas, the first instant that most people think of a black man doing overseas is we're traveling mainly for sex. That's the overall perception that we have. We're traveling to third world countries to have sex, and that's not the case. That's far from the case. There's a lot of brothers out here that are actually starting businesses. A lot of brothers out there that's actually starting real estate, bought land, getting married, having families overseas, and living their best lives, expatting, working remotely in these countries, and they're just like contributing in these countries. But yet, there's this false narrative being pushed down our throat that we're just doing one particular thing, because a small minority, less than 1% of the travelers actually do that. And granted, yes, YouTube doesn't do a great job in promoting Black Man Travels and how Black men are traveling overseas, because what you see is ass. You see a lot of these walking videos is promoting these pros destinations, and it's not a good look. And I think we as veterans in the game, we as mature, we need to change that narrative. And I just want to have that conversation. And also, too, earlier this week, I actually posted something very comical in my Facebook group as well as in my personal feed. Are black women traveling more than black men? And although there's not a true data to support this, it's based on my observation that yes, women are traveling more than men. But before we get into this conversation and before I invite my guests onto the call, just want to share some interesting statistics here. Do you know within the last 3 years, over 65 million passports were issued to Americans. And within those 3 years, um, there is there were 15 million passports that were issued in 2021. So within the past 3 years, 65 million passports were issued to all Americans. And within last year, 15 million passports were issued. And also, did you know that less than 37% of all Americans have a passport? So this whole myth that says less than 10% is not true. Is less than 37% of all Americans have a passport. That means that more than 60% of Americans do not have a passport. So I am curious to know, out of this 60%, what's the percentage of black folks that don't have passport? I mean, my assumption is probably less than 10%. I'm just being a buck, keeping a buck, being honest. I think less than 10% of the black population within the black population have a passport. And so just want to have this conversation. I'm going to invite Chris on the call, and we're going to actually have a conversation. Feel free to jump on. Anyone else? Again, this is an open dialogue, and just want to get the conversation going. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing?
Oh man, it's good, brother. How you doing this? How you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. I just wanted to have the conversation, man. It's like, you and I were text messaging each other, and I was, you actually sat on Passport Bros live stream, and you heard the comments, the things people were saying. It's like, I mean, what are your take on all this, man?
Oh man, you joking? See, man, man, they see traveling brothers in the worst light. I mean, it wasn't nothing about exploring different cultures, sightseeing. Learning to just be able to break out, be able to go somewhere else, and live beyond the American border. It's just. It was all mongering, all projection, just all negative. It's just like the stuff that you see all week since brothers going overseas. You just want to go travel. You just want to go, take advantage of poverty-stricken women. That's not even the case. Brothers go over there just to relax, kick back, and
I
like
mean, Chris. Do you prefer I call you Chris or call you by Terrell?
you got me, you got me, Chris. You got me the one.
All right, Chris. I mean, I was just astounded by some of the things that they were saying in regards to, like, you could get a woman with a bag of rice. I'm like, what? You could get a woman with a bag of rice.
Right.
I'm
Come
like,
on, man.
wow. And
Like
it's just like their perception of, and nigga, these are coming from Americans.
that's what I'm talking about. That's
I'm
what I'm
like,
talking
for you to have this type of perception of people overseas, like everyone live in dirt houses, everyone have no shoes. It's like like the stuff that they're saying. I'm like, wow, you really think people live like that overseas?
about.
And
yeah,
and they think that everyone wants to come to the U.S. It's like,
which is not true. Which is not true. Which is not true. I mean, a lot of people over there love their families and they're not going nowhere. They want to come visit, but I mean, look at the stuff they see and look at the stuff that the people come down and display. They come down and display arrogance. They come down and look down on these people. And look, you talk about a bag of rice. So,
bag of rice. I mean, I think that's the most insult thing you could tell anybody. I'm from Haiti, and everyone knows what the current state of Haiti is.
right.
But even then, like, don't get it twisted. Everyone lives like that.
But,
They always concentrate on one particular area of the country that is struggling the most. But
mm-hmm.
it's like they have this perception that everyone is struggling, everyone is hurting, everyone is like dying, not drinking water. It's just like, where you getting this stuff from? And these are people who never traveled, who never left the
Right.
fucking country. Like, how the fuck can you say something like that and you've never left?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man, just to be able to hear this, man. Just those projections and stuff like they were saying on that panel, man. It just it's the same old talking point. It's just like what open to hear anything else. Like you say, you try to combat what they say. They just try to write you out. Just like what you saying is not. They wouldn't even open to hear. They mind is just. Like I said, it's stuck on ignorance, and they not open to hearing nothing. And you yourself, a man who have been around, you left, you got footage of other things, but they weren't open to hearing it. All they just stuck on was the mongering, and that's all you going over to look for. Not even looking for a compatible mate, or just open to anything else. It
What
was just
what bothers me the most is that they don't know the amount of contribution black men in this country has done overseas.
they weren't open to that. They weren't open to
They're not willing to hear that, like the stuff that a lot of guys are doing overseas. Like, for instance, and again, it's something I don't talk about, I don't brag about, I don't do any videos on it. I've actually brought tons of clothes, school supplies to some of these countries that I visit often, and gave them like new stuff. Like, okay, I saw a village, I did a toy drive, I did a clothes drive at my job where I was able to get 7 large boxes of clothes and ship it to these countries with my own money, like shipping like $400 or $500 shipping costs.
See,
But the thing is, I don't talk about that because it's, you know what, I think it's something that God put me in a position to do, and I'm not going to brag about it. But at the same, I'm sorry.
I'm just, it's the sad thing of this. They don't even think of nothing positive that brothers going to do, like I said, to learn language, to be teachers, and be able to flourish in other markets, professionally and business wise, and building families. That's not even part of the conversation. It's just straight some low level, you know what I'm saying? Bull,
My, my thing,
bull
Chris,
job. What we
like
talking?
the narrative we have here in this country as a black man. We ain't buy shit. We don't do shit. Like all the
Right.
negative shit, like all the negative things you could think about a black man. That's what we are.
Right.
Even though we could be the most hardworking, committed fathers, brothers, uncles, men to our community, we ain't about shit. And
But
it's just
it,
like it's interesting. And let me finish this. I'm gonna let you take it over. Is that if we ain't about nothing, why are you so concerned how we move?
oh, you know why they concerned why you move, because you able to move. You actually got the finances, you got the resources to be able to go. And you know they got this plantation mindset. Now, oh, master, you better not sell him. I want him to stay here with me. That type of mindset is the thought of you being able to explore beyond your neighborhood, where you grew up at, beyond high school, college, military, to be able to flourish in aerospace, banking, finance, trucking, a thousand fields that we got brothers who actually got the skills and the knowledge to be able to teach and pass something. They don't want to hear that. It's just the same old, like you said, this 1928 birth of a nation type of mindset. The black man's the boogeyman. And guess what? It's other black men projecting this. I done seen this on Brother Rob podcast, the we just seen. You
Yeah,
seen this all week with other podcasts just demonizing other brothers. Hey, they look like you, so we
and
talking
that's
about
what
two different people.
I'm not gonna lie, Chris. I walked away feeling disgusted.
I,
Um, it's just like it's sad to see um other black men degrading other black men in such a manner that's like, dude, I'm not robbing you. I'm not killing none of your kin folks. I'm not doing nothing negative. I'm minding my business, living my best life, but yet you feel the need to be concerned with how I move and what I do things. And it's like then you start putting all these negative, false narrative about black men and what they do overseas.
but guess, but that shows you the outlook of what he sees when he see another black man. He don't see a hardworking brother. He don't see an educated brother. Excuse me. He don't see nothing positive. He just see another. He just see the lowest form of himself, and he
Right.
don't even know you. Ain't even over to have no dialogue. Oh, he just, oh, niggas, y'all going there to go manga. Y'all going to what?
Is
This brother got actual footage of spending time beyond the places to go on Mongrel. But what over to here, they were just shutting everything down. And this is another, and this is coming from other brothers. So what does that show you?
I totally agree with that. And I'm gonna share my screen real quick, Terrell. I've shared a lot of my experience with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, sir. I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the video.
Yeah, all right. So basically, guys, this is my YouTube page. I'm not a big YouTuber at all. I'm 572 subscribers. I'm glad that I have 500 subscribers.
Right.
Anyone who knows me, I'm very like humble. Like the fact that I'm sharing my experience with folks and people willing to call me or asking about tips and tricks and how to maneuver in these countries, I'm more than willing to do that. I'll stop what I'm doing, or if I'm too busy with my son, hey, call me later tonight. Here's my phone number. We could talk and I'll walk you through the process because I want to make sure you, as a new traveler, is able to maneuver correctly. So these are some of my travel experience that I shared in the group in the conversation. And it's interesting how they were quick, easily to look at all the pictures that had girls in it. I said, well, me being a marketing genius, I said the reason why I use the ladies as a thumbnail because it draws attention. But if you click onto the video, it actually shows you more than that. And but yet, their ignorance was so out of line. Like they didn't realize until they click onto the email, there's a story behind all of this. So is this interesting how they quick to place judgment on black men and how black men travel overseas without really taking the time and speaking to the brother.
Right.
And again, this is something I try to promote all healthy traveling experience. I mean, granted, yes, there's tons of YouTubers out there that's showing the ass and tits and stuff like that, but I try to highlight different things, like give you some ideas. And now that we're starting this podcast series talking about different conversation about health and wellness, um, traveling tips and tricks and so forth. Even now, like the fact that you and I are able to actually have this conversation, I want to have that because there's a lot of guys out there that don't have passport and are curious about traveling overseas. And like I seen how you travel, Chris, overseas. You pretty much get down with the locals. Like you live among the locals and stuff. So can you share that experience? So change that narrative that black men only travel pussy.
Yeah, of course, black men travel for a variety of reasons. But like you say, you're dealing with men who are, they basically go out and catch other men. Say, don't you go leave, and the whole thing like that. So they do the work for the sisters. Like you just whatever they say. Of course, it's like the dude, whatever the girl is saying, he agree with her, even though she's not gonna give him none. She don't even like him. He just still wanted to be able to speak to her, be somewhat in good company of her, even though
Yeah,
she don't care nothing about him. That's the
I
type of
agree.
stuff you say. You like, hold up, brothers traveling. You got brothers going to orphanage. You got brothers teaching skills. You got men doing real big things overseas. I'm talking about in current present day time,
Yeah.
who found a way to flourish beyond America. Why is that not applauded?
As you said before, it's the fact that they want you to keep in the plantation mindset.
They, they,
It is what it is. And
they
it's kind of sad. And the thing is, this perception that black folks are only within the United States. Black folks are everywhere.
oh,
But to be honest, I think there are more black folks in South America than in North America.
yeah, the boat stopped there first, if I recall.
Correct. Correct. So it's just interesting, man, and which kind of leads to the conversation, like why black men are not traveling. I mean, that's something I want to talk about, with you. If anyone else wants to join the conversation, like, do black men have any reason to travel overseas, or do you feel like what they rather just stay negative on the fact and just do just do the local shit?
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, but black men have been traveling. Black men really got off into what, like World War I. Now, from what I always heard, what people came back World War I once they got exposed, what they seen in Germany and other places. Their
Hmm.
minds was open. They knew that you had black men learning German, Russian, and French, and all these different languages. But when they tried to come home and talk to people from their town, they wasn't open to hearing that. They just wanted to drink some moonshine and dance and all that. But the brothers went back to where they come from.
I
You
agree.
had black people flourish in Canada, Russia, all parts of the world. Same thing, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam. You had brothers stay around the world. It was able to build families and start businesses and stuff like that. But they not gonna look at that. It's just like they focus on the bottom barrel. That's the only thing that gets me about some of the Charleston Whites and some of these other brothers. They're never talking about the upper middle class, the ones who excelled in being plumbers, electricians, IT, banking, and all these different fields they went to school for. And some come from generations that their family had, car washes, or businesses, or funeral homes, and mechanic shops, and all this. They don't focus on that. We talk about either the bottom barrel or they'll go pick somebody who done something and they'll focus on that. They ain't trying to. They don't want to hear your story or nobody else. You got to focus on the worst part of the narrative and just say we're gonna attach that to black men. That's all they gonna do is. go to DR and do this. I mean, you got brothers around the world. I seen a brother in Russia. I seen a brother
Yeah.
in Finland. I seen Bacchus over there in Albert, Nova Scotia at a snowboarding and stuff. You see brothers everywhere. Mexico City. You
Well, you
see
know
brothers
what? Like you said,
everywhere.
they want to focus on the negative, and it's just like
That's
it's interesting. Within my group, within the Facebook group, do you know I have 10 millionaires in that group? And it's just
wow.
like I have a lot of well-to-do black men that own businesses, well-run businesses that's generating profits, not just a business. Brothers who are educated, brothers who are moving around, got government contracts and so forth. Brothers doing their thing, yet
Mm,
they everyone wants to put all of us into the same bucket.
right.
And it's just like, and that's not the case. And it's again, it's a lot of brothers that's doing very well domestically, but doing exceptionally well overseas. Now,
Mm,
granted, a lot, yes, do black men explore their dating options overseas? Yes, they do. If you're a single man, unless you're shooting for the other side,
right.
hey, it is what it is. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it bug. I mean, have I, you know, met some people via Tinder during my travels? Yes, I have. At the same time, it's just like, you know, you want to see what's out there. If you're a single man, you traveling the world, experiencing the culture, you evidently going to experience the local women there as well.
Of
It is what
course.
it is.
Why
And
not?
it's just, and it's the thing is, some guys do fall in love, some guys do get married and have a family there. It is what it is, man. And it's like, again, if these women are, wanting a bag of rice, obviously a lot of women in the states find them intimidating.
Hmm.
If you're worrying about your boyfriend going to DR, your boyfriend going to Colombia, then obviously you got something to worry about because you're not taking care of home.
Right.
Because why, based on your saying, they're fighting for a bag of rice. That's what they're saying. It's like, why are you so concerned with what your man is doing or what black men are doing overseas?
Right.
I mean, you
Well,
got it together. You 6 figure powerhouse lady, doing, no one can't tell you nothing. So why you should be
hmm
concerned about a lady that live in a hut
well,
based on what you said?
like you said, but that lady in Hut not to make you feel good too. I mean, they take care of home. They nice. I mean, asking about the calories, how you eating, how you take care of yourself. It's a lot of stuff they really do that goes over a lot of women's heads over here. Like they say, 'cause most of them so wrapped up in materialism therapy anyway,
Hmm.
especially the ones who didn't grow up having stuff. So now their whole world is, Saks, Neiman Marcus, and trying to live like the 1% celebrities, which that only represent 1%. And people are, going over and beyond, committing crimes or whatever to try to obtain something that's you can get through hard work, but I'm not gonna go to jail for it.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And it's just like, I want more brothers to see that. Like, brother, man, I got a good friend. He's a garbage man. He works for the waste management company, makes good money, over 6 figures. And I
Hmm.
always tell him, like, he always spend his money like eating out, going to strip clubs and all that. I'm like, yo, why you do all that? Like, why you waste your money at strip clubs? Like doing dumb shit. And that's like, you should get your passport. And I've been telling him this for 2 years. Like, you should get your passport, man. Go out to see what's out there. We're pretty much the same age now. And it's just like, he finally got his passport. And I was like, brother, now you're gonna be able to experience and see what's out there. With your income, and he's a manager at a waste management company. Well, you making money. And he probably got a strong ass pension, all that stuff. I'm
Hmm.
like, man, dude, you could buy your retirement home and leave. And the thing is, he lives in Miami. I was like, bro, you live in Miami, which is the gateway to all of Latin America for cheap.
I be gone
So,
once a month.
I'm telling him, man, it's like, hey, there's so much to see and do out there. Don't let these haters, these people try to shame you from you exploring your options. And again, guys, when I say explore your options, it doesn't mean women. Explore your option in all aspects of life.
Hmm. And that is much needed. It's like you said, especially coming up at where you know these past so many years of being able to see you can go out there and explore. You know, like one thing made me want to go see the world. Corny as it might sound, was James Bond. James Bond was all around the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, damn, that's the only one I see. You know, even watching Johnny Quest or something like that. But most of the black movies, it was based in the hood. You know, brother running
Yeah.
around Harlem, brother running around South Central, Oakland, and Chicago. Like, damn. It's, you know, it was like, and when they went to the white side of town, they were just so amazed just to get away from the damn ghetto. And this was like this, and that's the people mindset in the city. It's like you was told not to go across Martin Luther King. You was told not to go across Main Street. You was told not to go across, and people
Yeah.
operated in a certain area. And especially most men that's single mama raised, their mama instilled fear in them. You know what I mean? Because it's just like the plantation. They used to put the kids up front when they used to burn their balls, split them up, or whatever they did to them to get the other slaves in line. They always instill fear. Like we don't have a mindset to build a culture globally around the world. Like you
Well,
don't know where you might flourish at. I mean,
I'm
but
going to
like you
share
said,
this experience with you, Chris, and anyone else that's currently listening. My mother, everyone knows I'm Haitian, first generation American.
mm-hmm,
My mother, she actually used to clean people's houses. She was a housekeeper, and living in Miami, um, just living in Miami, it was, my mother lived in the poor town of the poor area of the city. So my mother used to drive out to Coral Gables, where right near University of Miami, and my mother used to clean this white lady's house. So at the time, I came along with my mother, so I went with her, and she went to go clean this lady's house. And while she was there, the white lady's son was there. His name was Michael. I'll never forget. I was 12 years old, 12 or 13 years old. He was there. He was about to go to college, but before he was going to college, he was going to Spain for 1 year. And again, he was a skater. And he was like, riding his, he had a skateboard. And I said, hey, that's kind of cool. And he was teaching me how to ride a skateboard. I'm a black kid in the hood of Miami, Dade County. And I'm in Coral Gables. I see nothing but beautiful houses, big trees. And where the part of Miami where I'm from, there were not many trees in the area. And he taught me how to ride a skateboard. And because he said, like, you know what? And it was time for my mom to get ready to leave after my mom cleaned the house and whatever. He spent the whole day with me, man. And we were just talking to me. And he's like, listen, we're going to Spain. I don't need the skateboard anymore. And he gave it to me. Not knowing that a year later, bro, I became a fucking skater. I was like one of the few black kids in Miami that was a skater. Like I used to do like kick flips, ollies, everything, man. This is back in 93, 92. I was a black skateboard. Everybody else had bikes. I had a skateboard. I had a Power to skateboard. I didn't know that skateboard was $100, man. He gave it to me. And all I remember, he said he was going to Spain for 1 year before he go to college. And that's something that I never forgot. And so as I got older, and granted, I moved away from skateboard. I never forgot that this kid was traveling, and that kind of put that travel bug in my ear. But also just being able to see different places outside of my own neighborhood, like where I lived, man, it was like my next door neighbor was a prostitute. I lived straight in the hood, man. I'm from Dade County. People say Miami's beautiful, man. I was from Dade County, that like the rough shit. And for me to see something different that was outside of my area kind of encouraged me to see what else is out there. And that's what started my traveling, man. And just watching National Geographic. I used to be a huge fan of National Geographic. And I just picture myself in these different areas. Um, so that was my reason to start traveling, man. But again, exposing myself to different people and different culture. And that's why I got my two sons started at a very young age, exposing them to different cultures and different people. So again, I think there's a negative perception in why black men are traveling, and we need to change that. We have a lot of new platforms that are coming up. We need to actually encourage more black men and why they should travel, and not lead off with women as the primary focus and why they should travel. They should travel for mental reasons, for spiritual reasons, cultural reasons, business reasons. This whole narrative of just like, oh, you get asked for $40 and a bag of rice. We need to change that. that bag of rice still throws me off, man. I'm like,
but
what?
still, but I mean, shit, it beats by red bottom though. So I guess,
I mean, come on now, man. Bag of rice.
yeah, but I mean, come on, that's just a slap in the face to I think anybody across the globe at this point would be like a bag of rice.
And my thing too now, they're now like calling black men pedophiles.
Come on now.
Bro, like I'm
Come
hearing
on
this
now.
stuff. I'm like, what? It's like so black men are trying to do that. It's like if anything, we find that extremely offensive. We'll choke your ass for just saying that dumb shit to
Hell
us.
yeah.
And it's just like, and that's the thing about people nowadays. I saw a quote what Mike Tyson said. People talking mad greasy because they talk in front of a computer. People forgot how they feel to get punched in the face. And there's a lot of people out there, trust me, in a heartbeat, I would not hesitate to throw a fist in I would not hesitate to hit them in the face. Like they just talk mad shit because they think that, because they in California, they in another state, I could say what I said, but bro, I could find your ass.
IP address.
IP address, dude, sometimes I could just look you up, man. It's so easy nowadays.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Like buy a plane ticket, follow his ass to his damn job, and he's like, I got you, nigga.
my name is Tyrone. He gonna pop up here.
But it's amazing how they're so quick to shame a brother for exploring his option, and it's just like it's like again, it goes back. If we ain't about nothing, why are you so concerned how a black man is moving?
You know what it is to keep you at that lower level of thinking to try to keep your self esteem down. Even though regardless of we know the second most wanted man around the planet is the black man. We know that. Your style, like you said, you set trends, you know. And of course, you help mix some of these other races anyway. We only talk about, different explorers, Moors, women, so different ways we can go with it. But you look at us, we all over the world anyway. But just the whole point of it is, it's other black men too coming off the pedophile stuff. But Stella went to Jamaica and married a guy that was from a lower class, but that's celebrated. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? But
So
it's
what
so.
women are doing overseas? I mean, so what are the sisters doing in Jamaica? What are you telling me? You tell
Man,
me.
come on now. Larry over there stretching them out. You know what Clever over there doing over there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got Trinidad and roots myself. You know what's going on over there. You see them
Hey,
over there rubbing their back in DR and these other places. But we
oh
go.
yeah, I do see them. I do see the Chicos doing their thing to the sisters in DR. I'm
Exactly.
like,
But
okay.
they having their fun. But when it turns around, but you weren't supposed to have your fun. Black man,
Yeah.
you know what? You supposed to wait on her no matter what she do, and accept her as your wife.
Hmm.
But you cannot go have your fun and go out there salsa, bachata, and every damn thing in between. You ain't supposed to do that. You supposed to wait on them hand and foot. Which is, come on now.
I ain't gonna lie. My recent trip to DR, I want to go see my main.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm chilling with her. We're in Caballete. Saw some sisters. Dude, I got the side eye from I got the side eye big time. I'm like,
And,
bro, you don't know the history. I've known her for 7 years. It's
but,
like
but it wasn't nothing positive to see another black man that you know is American and say, "Hey, how you doing?" and stuff like that. It's a side eye. But the thing of it is, you see black women on some of these sites, the Tinders, the Facebook dating. They talk about no black men allowed, but they got
mm,
a picture with 4 kids in it. All different races.
I've noticed that here on Tinder.
You
Like
know
I
what's
see
going
sister
on.
profiles will literally say no black
Black
men.
kids.
I'm like, wow.
Wow. But you got black kids in these pictures that you want somebody to come up here and raise. So come on, man. I be looking at that brother. Look, man, you better have your fun and live life while
Man, look.
beautiful time. We got all these different ways to make money. We talking about the internet, YouTube, whatever you got a skill, you can maximize that around the world with a connection to a Wi-Fi. Man, cause what you want to get with Keisha for? Keisha know you over there, but she wants you to wait on her till she go have her fun. Man, the hell with that. You better go, man. You better go swipe that plane and get on it.
Boom.
Stop with me. I mean, in me, I don't have no problem really dating on here in America, but you just see so much of the debauchery that they want what they want, and you just supposed to accept it. No, man got standards and preference too, but you're not allowed. If you say you want a woman a certain way, a certain class, a certain type, and don't even get to talk about physical features. If you notice, if you say you want a good looking woman, why does another woman say, "Oh, you want a white woman" or something like that?
Oh
So
my God. Oh my
you feel ugly
God.
about yourself. You ain't saying that about
Oh
another
my
woman.
God. Hey, stop, Chris. Stop, man. Dude, you're gonna shut it down, man. I get that so much, man. When I say, hey, I got a certain criteria that I want in a woman, oh, that's a white woman. I'm like, why does it have to be a white woman? Why can't it just be a sister?
But
And I'm not asking for a lot.
not nothing. All the whole point of it is your black ass supposed to think like you stuck in the project development or something that you can't escape that. You supposed to be here and deal with whatever that's left. We know at the dope boy Bobby and Rick and all of them done had y'all. So now guess what? I done went off to school. I done graduated top of my class. I done excelled and learned the skill. I'm supposed to wait on you, man. Hell no, man. You better go live your life and date. And you know it's easier almost right nowadays to date other coaches because they already know what you got going on. Because think about this. If you doing good, another one from other coaches, she will grab you and work with you because she know how hard it is to get a good man in a society. But guess what? The, if you look at all the even the day coaches saying, if you look at our community, they want they criteria. They want a list. They don't want a man. You need to be over 6 figures, over 6 foot tall. You got to have 6+ inches in your pants. If I had all that, I'd be dating all your damn friends because all y'all want the same man anyway. And some of y'all got kids
uh
by the same man. Come on, man. Let's be realistic.
ooh. I need to get a sound machine, drop these bombs, what you're saying, boy. There's a lot of stuff I need to
Man, come
get for
on,
this
man.
podcast. it's
The
it's
Rambo
it's
gun.
oh, yeah. It's interesting, man, because it's like, black man, do you know your value in this world?
Oh man.
And the thing, it's kind of sad that a black man doesn't know his true value. He thinks he's just meant to just bust his ass, come home, be miserable at home, and go and do the same shit all over
Again.
again and
Exactly.
again and again. And it's just like, man,
On
brothers,
top of
when you go overseas and understand, we everywhere. Black folks are everywhere. Don't get it twisted. Black folks, we are everywhere. And it's just
everywhere.
like you go overseas and you realize like there's more to what you could do, and there's ways you can make money. People think you got to be committed. I mean, granted, if you work, for the government and so forth, granted, don't lose that job. That's a nice paying job. But if you're more of in the private sector, there's ways you can make money out here remotely, make money in those countries, buy investments, buy land. There's loopholes to everything. But just do your research. But as a black man, dude, your value actually skyrockets once you get on that plane. And I tell you this right now, even the sisters here in the States, when they see you on that plane in that other country, they know that, hey, this man's about something.
Sure, right. I think they want to know what you doing, where you staying at, and everything between. And you looking like shit. I'm going to have a good time. You just be cordial with them, but man, bump into them a day too later, man. You got a nice chicken down your arm walking around the mall, you know what I'm saying, walking down, man, they gonna look at you like, sell out ass nigga.
You know what? They're gonna assume that she's that
I'm
you
proud.
gave her a bag of rice, right?
Right, they gonna say, but man, come on, man, but what's the difference? Like somebody say, if you going to the mall, you going there, you know what I'm saying, get and it's pretzels, you going there to get a little something to eat or get a, and you see a younger black girl with the older white man with, he got Santa Claus hair popping out across his chest and everything. Like, why is that not a problem? So,
Come on, man. You can't call out women for on their bullshit.
but that's the whole point. You supposed to, like you said, bust your ass for them and give them your paycheck and let them go do what they want to do and go get mudded out by somebody else and come home and love them anyway. Man, come on, bro. You more than that, man.
Black man, you are more than that. Black man, get your passports, go out there. Now, granted, is there a lot of fuckery, dumb shit out there in these countries? Hell, fuck
Still,
yeah. If anything, it's probably more. If so, you need to keep your eyes, keep your head on the swivel and just move with common sense. But just letting you know that you got more than one option to actually do the things you want to do, explore the options you want to have. Um, I mean, there's no excuse in why you as a black man should not have a passport. I mean, a passport nowadays should be the same equivalent of having a
a
driver
dollar.
license
Yeah.
or an ID.
Mhm.
Like Both of my sons have passports.
Like you,
All of my nephews and nieces have passports. I don't play that. And it's just like, even like my personal trainer, I have a personal trainer that teach me boxing. We're doing boxing now. I'm talking to him. I'm trying to get in his ear, like, yo, you need to get a passport. And the thing is, a lot of guys don't understand the value of having this passport, the freedom you have to just get up and go somewhere. You don't need to go to New Orleans. You don't need to go to Vegas or Miami. Dude, that
mm-hmm.
same amount of money you spend in these cities, New York, dude, you just need a fraction of that. And you can enjoy your experience in these countries. I mean, granted, if you want to go to Europe, Central America, South America, Africa, dude, there's ways you could travel on a budget. You don't need $5,000-$6,000 to travel.
Mm-hmm. Travel club, backpack.
Yeah, backpack, man. That's what I do. Backpack, Airbnb, Google Flights.
But man, but a lot of this stuff comes down to, it's just like going to Hawaii for in California back then. That was a big thing for black, but people never thought they can get the money to go. It's like you got the money, you got the money to gamble, you got the money to moonshine, you got the money to go to football games, you got money to go,
Mm.
give your old lady money for she can go clown the Greek Fest weekend and be with one of her college lovers or whatever. That's another story. But you do all this stuff and you don't take care. That's another thing. Black men, a lot of men take care of themselves last. You want to put yourself
Yeah.
before. You gonna have to care about you. I mean, it's like granddaddy. Like daddy come in, he take care of everybody. They love the gifts and they thank mama, and you the one did it. It's like you look at brothers like, damn man, it's like why you can't be comfortable getting stepped over. You can't get comfortable getting pushed around. You can't get. You're more than your wallet. You a human man. Do something with yourself, man. Just if you want to go around the world, I think I was seeing a brother talking about Finland has the most saunas, and saunas have a lot of benefits. You can
Hmm.
do that, like you said. You can do the European train ride. You can if you into that future technology stuff, you can sit at Singapore. Whatever you do, views scuba. I think it's a brother scuba dive. We just got so many different brothers with so much knowledge and expertise and experience. But the whole point, let's be honest, a lot of brothers still stuck on this BMF. They gonna go Booby Trap River in Miami. They want to go to Starlets up there in New York. They want to go to the Diamond Club in Atlanta. The strip clubs and still dealing with those same type of women. You know what I mean? Who still want you to go get a sex and go get a bottle. Man, you could have went the DR was on $350, $400. You just spent that on the table.
Like, the amount of money you spend to entertain a woman on a date could easily be a plane ticket to a country.
And she
The
don't even
amount of
want.
money you spend on making it rain in the club just to impress somebody that doesn't care about you, doesn't know anything about you, could easily been an investment opportunity.
Right. So right.
And the thing is, a lot of brothers don't understand that. Again, and it goes back to black men not understanding their true value. When you decided to take a step back and see what your options are and explore those options, your value actually escalates. Now, I'm not with this whole high value bullshit.
Mm.
At the end of the day, just be a good man and live your best life. If a
Yeah.
woman if a woman only dates you based on what you could do, based on what she could do, based on what you could do for her, and she can't do nothing in return for you, then that's not the one for you.
Yeah. She don't care nothing about you anyway.
And also, too, your potential wife may not be in the U.S. Your potential wife may be somewhere overseas. Don't let no one shame you and exploring your dating options, man. There's tons of good women out here in the states, but also there's tons of good women outside the country.
Yeah.
So when you're concerned about she needs a visa and all that, I'm like shit. How many girls need their rent paid? Mm,
Woo.
mm.
Car note.
How many
Yes.
women need? How many women need their light bill paid?
So right.
Are you worrying about a visa? Like, come on, man.
And if you don't pay it, she tell you she you know who she gonna call if you don't do it.
Oh, she gonna compare you to another man?
So right, she gonna tell you what he done. I mean, man, this look how they put dudes in the trick back because they want that used up snatch that so bad that she only thing they doing is stroking these dudes' ego. Man, have these women still playing around anyway. Because they
Hmm.
won't, like you said, the so-called high value, what you need to do for them. But she's not offering you nothing but the possibility of some sex or something like that. But
At
like
least at least overseas, you know the probability of getting sex is high. You could
higher,
actually
higher,
higher.
higher.
I mean, at least you know there's a good chance you're gonna smash, like a good more than 50% chance. Here in the
Man,
States, man, you can go on a date, you can do all the right stuff, treat the most utmost respect, play your cards right, do everything right. Still won't get it.
so
But
right,
but
cause
that sorry dude that she constantly cry about,
she
he's
gonna
still
give it to
tapping
him.
that.
And that's what she likes. She want that from him. She want that to tap him. She just want your resources to take care of her and do what she want. That's all a lot of this stuff is. Dudes, man, just got it so twisted, man. You look at it. The stuff ain't never changed. This was going on back when my granddad and them was out there, when men was working at trains and military and in those plants.
Mhm.
All men wasn't working. You had men that was gangsters too. They was moving heroin, they was running numbers, and they was still sneaking and knocking these dudes' wives. And matter of fact, that's why some people wonder why their daddy treat him so bad because he knew you wasn't his child, but he took care of it. He took care of it anyway. He might whoop
Mhm.
the ass, but let's be honest, that was going on back then. Women always went for the best deal because you seen that man had a Lincoln, or he had his wife and you know pearls, or don't let her have what is like like a mink coat or something like that. What's the other coat I'm thinking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was the same thing when they was going to church. Them women still was sliding them gangsters they numbers because that's what they wanted. Yo, that man working hard in a factory, and you know how a factory was back then. Men was dying in those plants back in the day. But your woman still was turning around, will go on a dude down the street will have her going a couple dates with a man behind his back. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you're not lying, man. And again, guys, I don't want to twist the nerve. I don't want to twist anything. There's a lot of great women here. You just got to find them. However, it's like when people try to shame you for you exploring your dating option overseas, i.e., what you call 90-day fiance. They quick to throw that shit out there, like 90-day fiance. I'm like, well, 90-day fiance. What's the difference between being engaged with someone here in the States? Most engagement here in the state don't really get to the marriage.
Right.
Let's keep it real. I mean, most people who, well, I'm engaged. Okay, did you get married? No. I've known girls who've been engaged at least 10 times and never cross over.
Man, I know some.
I mean,
Matter of fact, I know dudes who still paying on the ring they never got back.
ooh. Man, look, engagement ring, I think anything more than $3,000 is a waste. It's a waste of money. That's
I
my
mean,
take on
man,
it.
my thing is this, man. They got to do something to earn this, man. Like, anyway, about the 90-day fiance, they ought to went through the screening process. So that's just that's entertainment, which is different.
That's
But
what it is. And I
it's
try to
all
tell people that all
entertainment,
the time. I tell
man.
like, listen, this whole 90-day fiance you see on the show, that's so edited.
But man, but come on, man. My dad and them from Washington. Like, all right, that entertainment stuff don't move me. I move with reality for
Yeah.
one. So, which a lot of people is stuck on this whole advertising marketing, just something to get you to spend your money. But the whole point of this, man, you can meet good women out here, but like you said, screening process, and then we don't really have a process to introduce each other to good mates or potential mates. If you know somebody's making money, you know somebody's doing good. Why won't we pair them up? But we got so many people like, nah, I don't want to see you with him because you not their
That's
ideal
true.
in their mind. You not their ideal.
That's true.
So that's a lot of that stuff we got going on. It's just like, man, it's just like I should go to church. You be like, man, it's a good brother over here, good stuff. But guess what? She got a relationship with the pastor, and he telling her, ain't no man here worthy. What?
Mm.
Man, you looking at this stuff like I know brothers hearing this, so I mean, whatever your flavor is, like I said, you got brothers in there arguing in the chats about, if you like Asians and Thais, that's your taste. If you like, the mocha coca looking woman Brazil, now that's your taste. Why is another man got to explain what do he like to another man? You like strawberry and I like vanilla, or you like, the Neapolitan one got 3 flavors in it. That's what you like. But
because
this
because black men and again, and it's kind of sad. We as black men, we compete
police each
against each
other.
other. Yeah, we police each other. Even overseas, we still do that dumb shit.
Oh, yeah, y'all. I see y'all running behind the Blanco Latinos. I mean, if he at least he got something with him. But it's like you look at them, you notice the men who got somebody and the ones who don't got the most to say on these people pictures. You ain't even got a damn woman, but you policing somebody else's woman. She look like this, she look like that. But where yours at?
It's interesting, man, and that's why I think as black men we need to have this mindset of not giving a fuck. Live your best life because at the end of the day, the people that so called care about you don't care about you.
They don't.
They don't want to see you happy.
Yeah. They only
If
want you
you tell your friends, hey, you started traveling and you start inviting your friends, hey, you should come with me. Guess what? They're not coming with you.
nope.
And I've been there. I got to the point where I stopped inviting my friends, like my close friends that I grew up with. Like, hey, fuck it, you guys ain't going nowhere. I got to make new friends,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what this travel community brought me. This community brought me a lot of new friends, man. And these are the guys that I travel with. And it's just like, if you're waiting for your friend to travel to take this first trip, you're not gonna travel anytime soon.
Killed me for years, man. Killed me for years.
I
But
mean,
there go to
Chris.
Miami.
I
There
mean,
go to
Chris,
Miami.
you went to Columbia by yourself. You went to Cali by yourself.
Yeah, I sure did. I jumped on. I mean, what else? I mean, I had to walk down the alley. I had to go try barbecue in the back of a gas station before. So what's the? I mean, I was open to explore. I'm looking like, all right, I can go over here. I read what I need to do, what I wanted to see, the Crystal Ray, the little man, beautiful coast, especially you into Afro Colombian women. Oh man, Cali is it. When I tell you some of the most beautiful women that you see, and man, when I tell you them salsa club, boy, they be shaking it up. They take that thing serious. I
Right.
seen a girl looking like a superstar, dancing with a dude who looked like he just got off work from 15 hours. She was, I mean, they had a good time dancing.
Stop it, Chris. Chris,
I guarantee you, man, I promise you, you
no,
not
no,
gonna
no. I
believe it.
believe you because I've been to Cali.
Look,
I've been going to Cali, Columbia since 2016.
man, I'm telling you,
But
and the woman over there, beautiful,
the thing is, what I've noticed being overseas, how the women interact with their men.
right?
No matter what his income status is, she still respect him as her man.
Exactly. That's the man blows your head off.
I was blown away by that. I was like, wow. Even though I can have way more money than this dude, she still respects him as the man, as the leader of the household. And they still go out and she still shows her attention towards him.
So right. That's the only thing I do see by some of the coaches of women over here. A man could be standing out there Home Depot all day. This old lady they work at Walmart will still get in her car and drive to Home Depot and have lunch with that man if he ain't
Uh,
got no job yet.
I see that a lot.
It's like what the hell? This motherfucker here, I got the this girl
Let's
online
call the
drive.
race for what it is. I see it a lot with a lot of foreigners, the Mexicans,
Exactly.
Cubans,
Indian too.
the foreigners, Indian. Yeah,
Dude
I
driving the
see it a lot.
cab all day. He still can
That's
take
true.
lunch. His old lady will meet him and show him some respect.
That's true. That's
But
true.
a brother over here, if he ain't crossing it, he ain't in a, making a certain amount of money, or even a brother that's a plumber. But guess what? A plumber, a mechanic, he looks dirty. So a woman that work in the office, she don't want to go meet him to have lunch because she don't want her friends being seen with him. But guess what? She'll take your money though. She'll damn sure take your money, but she don't want to be seen with you unless you cleaned up.
It's kind of interesting. I work from home, so I'm always wearing sweats. Like I have tons of sweats, man. And I drive a GMC Envoy. I had my baby for 15 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time I went to go pull gas. I went to put gas in my car or whatever. This girl drove right next to me. She started, she got out. She looked at me, rolled her eyes at me. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I was like, hi. And I'm looking at her like, man, she probably doesn't even know. I probably make way more money than her.
But
And I'm a senior consultant, digital marketing and all this stuff. I'm like, cause I'm working from home, I can work whatever. It's like I'm saying, like, man, I probably make more money than her.
guess what though? Well, you got to wear your wealth over, man. But look at our community, man. Look
Yeah.
what Mama car knows to be 700 stuff like that, driving the
I didn't know
BMW
that.
and fronting.
I didn't know
But
that, Chris. I didn't know these car notes. Okay, I had my car for like 15 years, and I'm trying to keep that shit for another 5 years. And I didn't know people paying like $1,000 in car note.
yeah, it's normal, especially
That's
people that work.
rent.
Yeah, people work at capital and stuff like that. They call them core mortgages. 84 months lease. I know people who got them. They ride and fly, but you damn near sleeping in the car. I mean, yeah. A lot of shit like to holler at you when you go to work.
84 months
Yeah,
lease.
84. I think that's the max. It's 84 months you can get on the car. if I'm not mistaken. Anybody correct me? I think I'm not mistaken. 84 months. I'm with Capital One. You know, I see the emails all the time. I think that was the highest one I seen. I think I seen an article on it. Business Insider or Barron, one of them. Don't shoot me too hard, but yeah, 84 months. I think that's the max you can get a car note for. Matter of fact, I think I know
Wow.
a girl. Yeah, she had a Lexus. I mean, she was talking about top down. Everybody like, well, hell, shit, you can barely you try to eat off everybody else's lunch because you ain't got no money.
No, damn. I'm speechless, man.
I'm telling you, man, that's what's going on in the community, man. You got to wear your wealth to get some respect, man. You just
That's
can't
true.
be a brother jumping out the car. Hey, how you doing? First thing, what they do? They look at your shoes and they
Yeah.
look. You know that's how it is. The same thing growing up in school. The first thing you looked at, you ain't had no British Knights, some Nike Air Forces, or black top Reeboks or something.
Oh, LA
Nigga,
Gears, LA Gears.
yeah, LA Gears. If you didn't have that fly, you wasn't the cool dude in school. You was just broke. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way. The girl wanted to go to lunch with the dude who can buy her some candy. It just
Yeah.
was the same thing. Even though she might be sleeping with another dude in the same projects with her, but guess what? She still want a man who can do something to her. That's something she can show her friends. But that's just how it is, man. Brothers,
Wow.
the narrative is not going. This stuff been going on, but brothers just ain't been paying attention. They think that and plus a lot of dudes, man, like you say, if you look at our community, it's a matriarch, like you said. They say what needs to go, even though the men making the money. So
Yeah.
how does that work? But they want that fat ass. They want that cute face, but it ain't no good.
It's funny. I have a neighbor that lives below me, and she plays the music loud. And I made a complaint. I said, like, listen, she's making them, she's playing a loud music at 5 a.m. It's starting to affect my sleep. And the maintenance guy, I was talking to him outside. He kept saying that, oh, she got money though. She got money though. I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. She got money. Like you keep bringing that shit up, man. I'm like, you don't know how much money I make. And I'm like, yeah, the fact he just kept saying, oh, she's a nurse. She make money. She make money. I'm like, but
So
she's fucking ruining my fucking sleep. I guess one fuck that you're a fucking nurse or not. And it was just kind of sad. I was like, damn, bro, you kept harping on about that. It's like,
so guess what? She knows. She know. I mean, he'll be her bitch just to say he can get her.
yeah,
She know that. I mean, I don't know understand why men be bragging on women's money. You know, 9 times out of 10, woman do not want to spend the money on a man. She want to
no,
spend that money on herself, and she want to spend your money. Her money is for her.
yeah,
But unless you get a woman who has a community institution building mindset, that's what we supposed to be focused on anyway, is being able to build
that's
something
that's that's hard to find.
and go beyond this. Because we don't have a community that teach that. We talk about materialism and bullshit. I mean, I had it and lost it, but just trying to get someone, yes, it is hard. But is it easy to build with other cultures? Let's be honest, they have a family structure
Yeah.
in place. We do have black people have family structure, but it's just not seen as cool. It's not the end thing to do. The people that
Well,
they got in place of us don't do nothing but talk,
well,
just talk foolery.
you just said something that kind of profound. Is it easier to build with another person from outside the black community?
Yeah, they got that structure in place, family structure in place.
Hmm.
That's what come on now. They don't have babysitters and stuff like that. They got grandma in there watching, granddaddy in the house, auntie in the house. They do intergenerational living. And that's how it's so easy for them to buy a house. They got 10, 15 people on the damn mortgage. It's
Hmm.
easy, but we can't even get you. You gotta get you, your brother, somebody in the house. Hell no, I ain't sharing my restroom. I don't want you in the house, all like that. But you don't mind having your friends over. You got different men coming inside the house. You just don't want me to see how much a hoe you is. But I don't care about that as long as we can stay in the same house. We won't do that. And it's easy to be able to purchase the home, pay it down, and pass it on. The whole purpose of us is building generational wealth to be able for the next generation to be able to go through the economic despairs that we've been through because you keep starting over at zero. If you got a family, you can build. It's one of the first stages. But you dealing with, we got a culture is, go get the bag. What go get the bag? You mean you're gonna go to Neiman Marcus, you're gonna go to Saks, you're gonna take a picture. Okay, so how does that help anybody come? You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. We don't have a come up culture like, okay, we're gonna build together. We're gonna build. We're gonna build a structure that our kids can come into. They don't have to work so hard. Other coaches got that. As you can see, they coming over here from the border. Next thing you know, you see the Venezuela market. You see the El Salvadoran store. You see the Honduran disc. You see the Panama. You see the Colombian flag. They just start small. A little store. Next thing you know, they got a market. Next thing you know, they got a little place they can go dance at. But guess what? They just get a little strip mall, and next thing you know, everything's Korean. Next thing you know, everything's Russian. Everything is Indian. You know, Patel brothers, our market, our culture. You just start seeing this. What Black Town now? I ain't putting my barbershop next to that nigga Catfish. What? Niggas be arguing about, you know, I don't like her. She thinks she good looking. This ain't got nothing to do with life. We talking about economic stranglehold. Well, guess what? We got somewhere to shop. We got somewhere to eat. We got somewhere to dine. We got somewhere to party at. So we don't have to worry about somebody saying they don't want. We can't park our cars over here. I know a guy said he tried to buy a strip mall. He tried to get all of them started talking about how they didn't like each other, and it was their first time meeting. He said you can't do nothing with them.
Wait. They said that they didn't like each other?
Yeah, they pulled up. You know, they was too busy sizing each other up. Oh, this one think they all that. I don't even know him. Oh man, he looked like he'll do something. Like this is, he said, this is the foolishness that we say to each other our first time meeting. The women were sizing each other up. The men were looking at each other.
That's true.
Like, you know, man, oh, man, you know, fuck that nigga. You know, I ain't gonna say this nigga. Hey, Calvin, this is Key Rain. These niggas didn't want to shake each other's hand, but after that, but this is how we come. We don't look at each other with love
And they
and
never met
real.
each other.
They ain't never met each other. They looked at the worst of the worst at each other, and this was their first time meeting. This is man. He's like, Lord have mercy. He said, I don't know how we gonna make it, but I guess if an entertainer came up here and said something, it'd be cool. But we talking about everyday average brother. Who is really representing the brother? Because it's either we got like the Charleston White talking about save the 3-time felon bull junk going on, or we got somebody outlier that you know who else at the top of the food chain, P Diddy or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like who is in between that represent brothers that's working to handle their business. Where's a TV show at? Where's a platform? Like, where's places you can go if you don't want to smoke and drink and entertain the food? You know, I got to go to a club. I got to pay $500 for a damn table to sit at.
Man, it's funny. I went
I,
out the other day with some friends, and I was talking about them. Like, why most black businesses we gotta overspend just to enjoy ourselves?
right.
And it's like I don't know what it is. It's just like I mean, you go to I mean, let's fuck it. You go to a white club, you're not spending $500 for a damn table.
Exactly. You know, they need a reservation.
Yeah, and
Nothing down.
or I mean, you're not. I don't know. I just feel like the amount of money I spend, that's an experience for me.
Beyond that, man. Come on, man. I was just looking to go to Cancun like that, man. My homegirl, she got a she had a vision board party she was trying to do at this spot.
Oh, okay. That
Okay.
sounds like fun.
Uh, the damn table was a 250 deposit plus a 15% entertainment fee for the live band. I'm like, you know, I love live man. You're gonna catch me out most in the city. I'm at the live band singing and dancing and sweating, you know, holding my cigar, just entertaining and mingling. But she was just like, hold up. This is for the damn table. She said I could go do this at Panera Bread for goddamn free in the corner. But she was just like, how do we do that? You go to the ATM machine, minimum $25. That you it's like, okay. Then 2 shots of Patron, $25 a piece. On top
Yeah.
of some 10-piece wings and fries, we looking at $18. But I go around the corner to Mr. Chang and Mr. Win, goddamn wings and fries, $7.99 in the drink, and you know he might throw you two ketchup. Depends on how you feel about you. But look at man, our business, man, how we set up with each other. You know what I'm saying? They got a Benz parked outside, but you walk through the door, it's a sheet over the door saying chicken and fries and wings. You look at like Dirt. I'm talking about dirty floors and everything, and just. But you got a Benz outside. You got an Audi outside. You got a new Cadillac truck, and just look how the business look.
Because we don't invest in ourselves, and it's kind of sad. But like I said, it kind of goes back again to like black man reason why you should get your passport. There's more to see and do out here, and don't shortchange yourself. We have a timetable on this earth. Take advantage of it. See what's out there and explore your options. And again, when I say explore your options beyond just women, but business opportunities, expat life. You want to live a different life. There's more out there than what people are telling you, man. Don't believe the hype or the bullshit that you're hearing about people out there, wanting just for a green card and all this stuff. I mean, granted, there are people out there that do that, but there's so much out there. Oh man, this was a great discussion, man. This was like
Part two. Part two.
it, yeah.
Part
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm starting to get more comfortable with this. I'm enjoying this, and it's gonna get better, man. So I just want to close it out. It's 1 o'clock my time. It's 12 o'clock your time out there.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock my time, man. I was watching some of the fight, but I told you I was gonna get on today. I just want to keep my word. I just watched the replay. So,
No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And, any last words before we close it out?
oh man, brothers, gentlemen, fellas, man, know your worth, man. It begin to explore out there. Like I say, being almost 40 myself, I'm a middle aged man. I want to be able to have some real memories and be able to live a life. Just be able to explore. Just be able to start looking at things and places and that you want to go. Yeah, we already know women are always a motivating factor, but seeing that museum or seeing that beautiful blue water, pink sand, whatever you want to see is out there, is obtainable. No, just know that you can do it. Strategic plan, seek advice, have a new approach. Brother, just open your mind to know that you are great and valuable and come from a beautiful heritage that you can do it.
All right, thank you, Chris. And just want to say thank you for everyone for taking the time just to listen to us talk about random things around black men traveling, and more to come. If anything,
Yeah,
guys, have amazing, great night, and talk to you guys soon.
yeah,
Later.
Black man travels.
Bye, everyone.
All right.